Hey guys, it's Webby. Welcome back to another video. This is the second instalment of my I30n journey, if you like. This week I'm actually reviewing the base model, and it's also got a 6-speed manual gearbox, whereas last week I had the I30n Premium, which had the DCT gearbox. I have to say I quite like it in the white. The one I had last week was in the blue, the performance blue, which I thought was quite nice. And I didn't actually think I was going to like the white, but seeing it in the flesh, I actually think it looks really smart, especially with those dark chrome alloy wheels and then the little black accents around the car. So in this video, I'm going to show you the differences between the base model and the Premium, and then some of the changes that you get when you've got the manual gearbox as well. So sit down, hold tight, and let's have a look at this I30n base model. So from the outside, it looks identical to the Premium model that I had last week. The only one difference, and if you're really keen you might spot this, is being that this is the base model car, you don't get front parking sensors. And that's the only thing that you miss out on. You're still going to get those LED headlights for the daytime running lights. The engine's exactly the same. It's the 2-litre turbocharged petrol engine with 206 kilowatt and 392 Newton meters of torque. You get the same 19-inch forged alloy wheels, and it's got those red end brake calipers, which are really cool as well. Incidentally, the brakes have actually been uprated this year. They now have 360mm at the front. So you've got increased stopping power, which helps with that extra torque and kilowatt that the engine now gets this year. Coming around the side of the car, as I said, it's all exactly the same. So you get that little black spoiler on the top of the roof line just there. You get that little triangular brake light, which I actually think is quite a little cool design feature. Coming down to the bottom of the rear bumper, the rear diffuser is actually taller than the previous model last year. I actually think it makes the car look lower to the ground at the back, so it's got that sort of lowered stance to it. You get the same twin tailpipes at the back as well, which is awesome because they make an exceptional noise, particularly when you've got the car in N mode. Now the car I had last week, as I said, was the Premium with the dual clutch automatic gearbox, and that car gets a sunroof as standard. The sunroof is actually optional on this base model, and it's something I would probably have myself because I think it actually looks better with a black roof. Just to sort of break up the white and, you know, to contrast with the other bits and pieces around the car as well. Coming inside the car is where you see some of the biggest differences. You do still get keyless entry, thankfully, which is nice. But when you step inside, in this base model, you get cloth sport seats as opposed to the suede and leather that you get in the Premium model. So the dashboard on this base model looks identical to the Premium model, but there are just a couple of little bits and pieces missing because obviously you're buying the base model. The first thing is you don't actually get automatic windscreen wipers, and then you don't get the automatic dip-in rear view mirror as well. On the steering wheel, this is more the fact that this is a manual gearbox car. On the automatic car, this is your N grin shift mode, the button where it gives you maximum power for 20 seconds. On the manual version, this switches to the button where you can turn the rev matching on and off. So it's actually nice and easy to access that on the steering wheel, rather than have to go through the settings on the sat-nav screen. Other bits that you're missing, because again this is the base model, we don't get the heated front seats and we don't get the heated steering wheel. But look at that, a 6-speed manual gearbox. That's quite a rare sight these days. There's hardly any cars out there, apart from the Focus ST and the Honda Civic, which give you the option of having a 6-speed manual gearbox. Now coming to the infotainment display, again, this is exactly the same as the Premium model. You don't lose any functionality. The only thing that's slightly different is when you go into N mode and want to adjust the custom settings, instead of having the option to adjust the gear changes, on this manual one, it actually lets you adjust how much rev matching you choose to have. But other than that, everything else is exactly the same. Alright, let's take this I30n for a little bit of a blast. whether this is fun is if you're on a twisty road like this, you're busy. I think this is where the dual clutch would really make a lot of sense, because you're constantly up and down the gears when you're on some twisty roads. And it just takes so long to change gear compared to the dual clutch. I do like the way the exhaust pops every time you change gear though, that's actually quite cool. But you can throw it into a corner, it grips really well. It's quite impressive. Feel like the engine doesn't really come alive until you're getting close to sort of 3,000 revs. It sort of seems fairly docile until that point. And strangely enough, it doesn't feel as quick as the dual clutch. It doesn't feel as quick as the dual clutch car does, because obviously you've got a delay every time you change gear, and there's only 6 ratios as opposed to 8 ratios that you get on the 8-speed dual clutch. It's still quick, it just doesn't feel as quick as the 8-speed. One strange thing I have noticed while driving this is that when you want to do a U-turn or just turn in the road or kind of whatever, the car with the manual gearbox seems to have a tighter turning circle, which is strange. I don't know why that would be. They've both got limited slip diff, but yeah, it may not be. It just feels that the manual turns a little bit tighter. It could just be my sort of perception of it. So that's the end of this little short video, just having a look at the differences between the two different models of the new i30n, so the base model and the premium model, but also some of the differences between the manual and the DCT gearbox. If you've got any questions, obviously feel free to leave them in the comment section below for me, and I'll come back to you as soon as I can. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, give it a like, subscribe, etc., the usual sort of stuff. So for now, it's goodbye for me, and it's goodbye from the cows. See you soon, guys.